How to choose the right laser power for different sheet metal thicknesses. The selection depends on your product specifications and actual production needs. Many of our customers have ended up choosing either an overrated or underrated power model. Most clients tend to pick a higher power rating out of concern that it will fail to cut thick sheets later on, yet this is not always a wise choice. High-power lasers deliver poorer cutting results on thin sheets compared to low-power units. Even if you lower the output power, performance is still limited by the model of the cutting head. On the other hand, an underpowered machine will not meet your processing requirements. While it may technically cut the material, its low efficiency will disrupt your production schedule. Today we will cover the matching power ratings from 1500 watts to 30,000 watts for sheet metal of various thicknesses. 1500 watts. Using air as the auxiliary gas, it cuts sheet metal up to 2 mm thick. It can handle slightly thicker material but will leave heavy dross. Using oxygen, suitable for carbon steel within 10 mm thick. It works perfectly for stainless steel up to 4 mm thick. 3000 watts. Using air, cuts sheet metal up to 4 mm thick. With an enlarged air pipe, it can process material within 6 mm thick if minor dross is acceptable. Using oxygen, cuts carbon steel up to 16 mm thick and stainless steel up to 8 mm thick. 6000 watts. Using air, cuts regular sheet metal up to 6 mm thick and stainless steel up to 18 mm thick. Using oxygen, handles carbon steel within 20 mm thick and can occasionally cut material as thick as 22 mm. 12,000 watts. Using air, cuts sheet metal up to 12 mm thick. Using oxygen, cuts carbon steel and stainless steel up to 30 mm thick. 20,000 watts. Using air, cuts sheet metal up to 18 mm thick. Using oxygen, cuts carbon steel ranging from 40 mm to 50 mm thick. It processes stainless steel with a thickness of 30 mm to 35 mm. 30,000 watts. Using air, cuts sheet metal around 25 mm thick. Using oxygen, cuts carbon steel within 50 mm thick. It handles stainless steel from 40 mm to 50 mm thick. Cutting efficiency varies greatly when using air versus oxygen with different laser power levels. Air has a low oxygen content, so it cannot support sufficient combustion to generate enough heat to melt steel effectively. That's all for today's guide on selecting laser power. We recommend you consult professional technicians, our team included, for final confirmation before making a decision.